Hi everyone, welcome back to the channeling series. Today, I have a very strong message from, a lot of abundance deities, right? So, definitely Ma Lakshmi, but also many other goddesses, right? Money goddesses, financial growth goddesses. I feel like the message is very clear for all of you who land on this video, even if you get this video later. This is probably something that you all need to hear, okay? This is a message about money. Okay. Money comes where there is clarity. Okay. Clarity is a must. Now, what I'm understanding and what I'm getting is that clarity, the term, is very underrated. Okay. Which means that people don't feel, since it's underrated, people don't understand the importance of it. Okay. And especially when it comes to inviting money in your life, keeping money, which means sustaining it, and then growing money. There are these three aspects of it, right? Now, what's coming to me is that most of you, or many of you who really need to hear this message, have been focusing constantly on the problems that you have, right? First of all, to think that only you have all the problems in the world, this beautiful money energy is telling me that you are not alone. First of all, you're not alone with all the struggles. Everybody has their own battles, by the way, that they are fighting. Okay. So, why me, only me? This victim mentality is only perpetuating this scenario of suffering in your life. Number one. Number two, if you feel like you're the only one who's managing everything, it's not true, right? This concept of I am doing this or I am not doing this or nobody is helping me is only a victim mentality that actually takes away your power, right? Because each one of us has that divination, that divine, beautiful, amazing power in all of us. All of us have that. It's only about us realizing that power, right? And I know and I understand this energy, this Lakshmi energy is actually saying that a lot of folks are not able to see that. And even if they see that, they give more importance to their problems because they feel that's real. Whereas this latent power within us, nobody cares about it. But that's where the shift needs to happen for you guys, for all of you who are watching this video. Till this is very clear, till the moment you keep feeling helpless, you keep feeling like a victim, you keep feeling like problems surround you, you keep feeling like nobody helps you, you keep feeling important about all the problems in your life because if those problems were not there, then who are you? Till that point, money doesn't want to come into your lives. Now you would ask why? Because this is the time I need money to come out of all my problems. But this energy is telling you that get clarity. So you know how this is, I think, a very South Asian perspective around Diwali and all of that, right? But they say that when during Diwali people start cleaning their houses because Lakshmi likes that cleanliness and she only comes to houses where that are clean, right? Lakshmi also only comes to those folks who have clarity in their mind, who are clutter free. Yeah. And when I say clutter free, I mean if your mind is constantly filled with all the problems that you have, right? Like this is not happening, that is not happening, nobody helps me, you list down all your money issues, right? You list down all your health issues, you list down all your relationship issues, right? Then your constant vibration within you is to be a victim, right? And the victim that's constantly complaining. So if you are constantly a victim and constantly complaining, and that is your um energy, most dominant energy, then how can money come in? Because if money comes in, then you no longer will be a victim. You no longer will be this person who is suffering. You no longer will have money issues. You love your money issues so much that you're constantly talking about it. Your life revolves around it, right? There is no, and this energy is telling me, I know you will all say that if money would come, my problems would solve. But that's not how this energy will enter your life. For this energy to enter your life, you need to become the person vibrationally, emotionally, energetically, the person who will have the money. Then the money will come. So right now you're a victim, you have all the problems, you're feeling like a victim, right? You're feeling helpless, you're feeling like nobody is there to support you, all of that, right? This is this A personality, right? However, you want to be this B personality who has money, who has power, who has all the solutions, who is figuring things out, who is happy, joyful, whatever, right? But money is telling you that energetically become this B person. If you have all of these money issues right now, can you shift your perspective? That you can do. You don't need anything for that. Can you shift your perspective from being a person who constantly talks about their problems to becoming a person who is solution focused? Can you start one day at a time? Can you take one day at a time, maybe an hour a time, and not complain in that 1 hour, in that one day? So, another thing I'm getting is that all of you who are in this victim mentality, who consider themselves a victim, you are committed, by the way. Yes, you're not committed to not complaining, but you're committed to complaining. You see how much time you spend on complaining? This means you are committed to it, right? You don't think twice before complaining. You don't think twice before feeling like a victim. You don't think twice before listing down all your problems. And you don't think twice before marinating in this day in and out, right? You're constantly talking about it, right? So you are committed. So for folks who say they cannot commit because they are so overwhelmed, don't forget that you are committed. You're committed to something negative. You're committed to something that's creating more problems. Yes, you're not committed to the positive, but that doesn't mean that you are not committed. Yeah. Because it is your will, it is your destiny, it is your life, it is your energy. And if you want, by change in the perspective, you can bring about that. You can bring about a cascade of change, actually. That's what's coming to me. Not just one. And all it takes is for you to commit from this to that. Yeah. So I have a very simple example. What's coming to me is like a garden. Okay. Now, what does it mean to be an embodiment of a certain energy as compared to what you are right now? Right? You only get what you are, which means if you are a victim, right, you will get more opportunities to be a victim, right? And in your head, in terms of your perspective, if you are a solution oriented person, if you are a go getter, if you are a figuring it out kind of a person, whatever it is, I'll figure it out kind of a person, then you'll always get situations out of which you'll always get out because your focus is to figure it out and get out of it. But if your focus is on how life is fucked, right? Life is constantly giving you problems, life is a mess, then you will keep creating situations where you will keep getting more and more evidences of life being a mess, right? So the example I'm getting, Mahalakshmi is very clear about this. So all of you listening to it, I hope you understand the distinction, you understand the differences in the embodiment of where you are versus where you aspire to be, and how you can get there right away by a change of this energy, change of perspective. All right. So now example would be when you have a little, say, cup, right? And you want to grow a plant. You're growing a plant in that little cup, right? Of course, you need water, you need to put soil, you need to give it sunlight, all of that, right? It's still low maintenance, right? Like taking care of that little plant, isn't it? However, so compare that small plant to how your current reality, financial reality is. Maybe you have $10, you want $500, you want $50,000, not 50,000, but like maybe $10,000, right? So that's like a small amount that you're fixated at, and now you can work hard, you can do certain things to kind of get from here to there. Okay. However, now with your problems and all of that and all the issues that you're stuck in, you want to jump to say $1 million. Okay. Now you see the person who currently has say 5,000, $10,000, they uh they are in a cup. Literally, they are in a cup, right? Like they're a small plant. However, what you want is now, say, $1 million. And what is $1 million? $1 million is probably like a beautiful, I don't know, huge garden, right? Maybe like a garden the size of a golf field, perhaps. It's huge. Okay, so you want to go from this little cup plant to that huge area, right? Filled with flowers and filled with beautiful plants, and maybe some fruit trees as well, all of that, right? So you understand that for you, even if you look at it as a person who wants that land, you want to convert this small plant, and now you love it so much that now you want this beautiful huge garden. Okay, first of all, you need to get land, right? Then you need to figure out how to make that land, something where you can grow these things, right? You can grow this plant, you can grow these trees, whatever, right? So you have to do that. You have to get a person probably to figure out if that land is, it can be irrigated and all of that, right? If you can grow things, all of that. You need to figure out water, right? You need to figure out, if there is too much sunlight, then also things will die. So you need to figure out like some sort of a shed or whatever, right? For all these plants. Then you have to figure out, oh, for all these trees, all these beautiful flowers, which flower grows when, what's the temperature, what is the weather, do you need a greenhouse? So you see, your desire was just a beautiful, thriving garden. But you see, in order to get that beautiful huge big garden with beautiful flowers blooming, there are so many things in the background that you must do. Maybe you have to hire a few gardeners, right? Maybe you have to hire a person to run the greenhouse. Maybe you have to hire so many people to take care of that place for you to actually enjoy that garden, isn't it? But if you say, from that plant to that desire, oh my god, I can't do it, I can't figure it out, no, it's too much, everything I have to do. First of all, when you are growing at that level, you cannot do everything. You need people, you need experts who can help you grow, right? Who can help you at every stage, right? And that's how you grow. So the whole point of all of this is that if you want to grow from and all, obviously, when another thing, if you have that big huge garden, what will your mindset be? You're not a boss, you're now a boss, right? You're a boss lady. You are taking care of this huge land, you have this huge garden, you have so many people working under you. You go and actually check everything, you have everything in place, because now you have to make sure that you're paying these folks and you're growing, right? So your mentality, from a person who has a small pot of plant, right, to now who has this area, isn't aren't these two people different? Absolutely different. Not only in terms of resources, but also in terms of your mindset. You're completely different, isn't it? If you would not change, you would not move from this to this. If this person was just saying that I can't do anything, I can't do anything, everything needs to just come to me, would this person be able to move from this desire to this desire? No. Similarly, if you are at a stage anywhere in your life where you are struggling with finances, right? And you want to go to another place where you're probably doing very well, you have everything sorted out, right? Yes, you can go there, but remember the work that goes behind it, right? And that work comes from the change in your perspective today. If you want to move from here to there, you need to bring that perspective change in you today. And that comes from where you're spending your most energy at every day. It's as simple as, if you don't eat clean, if you don't maybe go to the gym, if you don't keep your stress at bay, your health will be affected. You know that, right? And if you say that I don't care about what I eat, and you keep eating whatever you're eating, and you keep taking stress, all kinds of stress in your life, and you don't work on your mental health, and you don't go to the gym, you know what will happen. There is only, bodies are magical, by the way, but there's only so much, years after years after years, it can take, right? And it'll start to deteriorate at a point if you're not able to take care of it, right? It's the same when it comes to money, the money energy. Why is it so difficult for all of us to understand that money is an energy and we can harness it in a way? There is a proper way, right? However, if you're constantly talking about your problems, money is helping you create more problems. Have you ever seen that if you're constantly complaining about how you don't have money, suddenly you get a bill where you have to end up paying even more? You already didn't have money and now you have to pay more money because there was this unexpected bill that came up. You know why that is happening? That is happening because the energy is constantly of money is, I never can keep money, money keeps going, I have problems. So then money is helping you create more problems. And that's the biggest mistake we all make. And that's why it's imperative for all of us to become the embody the version of the person who wants whatever money that you want. Be completely clear about what you want. Be clear about your finances, monthly finances, where goals, everything, where the money is going, how it is happening. Money likes clarity. Money likes to know, what's happening, where that energy will go, and it'll come to you accordingly. Most of us are so blank. Like, there's a lot of business clients that I have, and when I work with them, many of them, talk about, sometimes they don't even know how much they're making or where the money is going every month. Money doesn't like clutter, not in the physical space, not in the mental space. Be clear, right? And if you are not that version of the person who can believe in yourself, who cannot come out of that mental victim mentality, then you will keep seeing money in your life in various forms, shapes, in invariably creating a victim out of you. Yeah. So, clarity and consistency. Those are the two key words that I'm getting for all of you. And I hope this resonates with you. I hope you understand how money truly wants to come to you. This is a message for all of you. Whoever is on this video, money wants to come to you, but this is the change it's asking for. And the moment you change that perspective of the person who is already joyful, of the person who is already happy, of the person who is already feeling secure, of the person who's already on the path to wanting much, much more because they have clarity about what they want, right? And another thing that's coming is, if you feel like I've never felt secure before, how can I feel this now? Take an example, maybe from your life. Maybe as a kid, you got a toy and you felt secure. Maybe you watch a movie and you see somebody feeling super secured by their, I don't know, by their family members, or by the business they are making, whatever it is, right? By the love that they are getting, and you can replicate that, right? Replicate that energy, so you understand their emotions, and then you do that emotional alchemy within that, within yourself. That's how you do it. Yeah. So there's no excuse you are left with in life for you to not bring this change in your life. And of course, every day will not be beautiful, full of roses. Everybody understands that. However, can you do this consistently in your life? Right? Can you do it consistently? Can you do it day after day after day after day, weeks after weeks, till you see that change? Because this energy is very clear. If you cannot commit to yourself, money will also not commit to you. However, if you commit to yourself energetically, right, taking these small actions, money will never leave you. So, with that, signing off. I will see you all tomorrow. Anisha Raj from Zaria Healings.